Thanks for tuning in to this video number 3 for Gregg Shorthand. And I think the last video we left off, I was showing you some Gregg Shorthand tablets. And right after I show you this one, hopefully we will be going to the board. And I'm going to show you, I hope to show you just how far superseded fast Gregg Shorthand is in comparison to our conventional longhand writing. And then we're going to sit here and wonder in awe, maybe you'll join me, why didn't our teachers teach us shorthand the first 6 years of our schooling, and then the last 6 years of high school they could have taught us the longhand? Can you imagine how further up the road we possibly could have been above other students of other nations, to be able to take dictation and notation and lectures down a whole lot quicker than what we can, in our regular longhand traditional writing. I just kind of wish they would reverse it. Instead of teaching shorthand in high school, I wish the first 6 years would be shorthand, and then the last 6 years would be longhand. But I'm not trying to tell the school system what to do. I'd like to make some suggestions, but they're not going to change overnight with that. Anyway, here's this is an older shorthand book, and if you'll notice right here on the bottom, it says Gregg Ruled Sheets right there on the bottom. And basically what that means is that all these lines are spaced the exact space apart. And when I show you the Gregg Shorthand alphabet, you'll understand why it's important that those lines be exactly ruled the same distance apart. In Gregg Shorthand, I think I made a note of this before, you have a lot of the same strokes, but it's the length of the strokes between those two lines that changes it from one alphabet to another. So that's why it's important to learn on lines, and that's why I'm going to be drawing lines on the board here in just a little bit after I show you the Gregg Shorthand alphabet. And even though I'm going to be moving on kind of fast, you can play these videos over and over again, and you can even stop them at any time and see what's right there before you and make special notes of it. But once again, I made a note of this is an older one I have, and I played by the rules as far as writing to the middle line and then starting over. And I'm sorry there, that's math. Let's see, that's a little math, but I'm not teaching math here. But that's shorthand, folks. It doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't look nothing like our language. And I'm kind of glad it does. When you see how fast it goes with those strokes in comparison to how we have to write our alphabet, you're going to be glad that Gregg Shorthand has been formulated and made just the way it is. Okay. Because these videos are going to be a little on the short side, because I notice if I make them too long, 10, 15 minutes, it seems like the webcam or the computer, it just kind of freezes up. So that's why I've got to go a little fast here. Now we're going to move the camera a little bit, get it towards this board here. Just bear with me here. Okay, let's see. Tilt the camera a little bit. Okay, a little bit more there. Okay, folks, let me give you an example of how much more quicker Gregg Shorthand is than our regular writing. Okay, let's write the word medical doctor. It's medical. Doctor. Did you see how long it took me to write that in our regular longhand? Now watch this. Medical doctor. That's it. Medical doctor. If we had the lines on a page, I would write MD. That would be it. That would stand for medical doctor. Now it is true in Gregg Shorthand, we could have used the alphabet in Gregg Shorthand, and we could have wrote it this way: medical doctor. Okay, Now, the reason why you see this, and you'll learn more about this in a little bit, the reason why you see that K underneath the D here, the way you write it in long form of shorthand would be MED, and any word that ends with CLE or CAL, you'll always see, this is one of the rules, and we're going to cover one section on one video of the rules of Gregg Shorthand. You will always see a K underneath the alphabet, the last alphabet. That means that word ends with CLE or CAL. Doctor in shorthand is DOKTR. But just like we write medical doctor, MD, and that's our brief form, same way with Gregg Shorthand, we write MD. Just two quick strokes. And look at all this writing up here. Two quick strokes, medical doctor. Okay, let's cover another one. I'm going to be moving kind of fast here, but once again, you can replay this and slow it down. Okay, let's look at the word tomorrow. Okay, T-O-M-O-R-R-O-W. And by the way, I'm having to write at a slant because I have to stay out of the camera's way, so it's a little difficult. I can't write it as neat as I would like to because I'm kind of like way over here on a slant instead of right out here in front. But did you see how all those alphabets tomorrow? That's it. That's tomorrow in Gregg Shorthand. If I had the lines here on a page, I would write it like this. And that's T-O-M-O-R-O in Gregg Shorthand. You see how quick that is? Instead of writing that whole word tomorrow, I just made a few strokes here. Now, of course, on pen and paper, when you got the pen in your hand, and it's a much little smaller strokes to cover than on a board here. I'm writing it big enough so that that you can see it. But on a pen and paper, it's even much more quicker than what you're seeing me doing here. Okay, let's look at the word